All right, YouTube, what's up? It's Magnus. We're getting ready to pull the motor out. Just a few tips for you before we get started.
Seed in your belly, a rock on your finger. Stop being a swinger, the drama still lingers. Sometimes it's worth it, nobody is perfect. Whatever I did to deserve it, must have heard it. It's true, I can't escape your touch, but like you too, I only can take so much. Yeah, thank you.
With the automatic transmission, like what this car has, if you ever get a little confused about what gear the transmission's in, because you know you got to turn the transmission to get the torque converter bolts out so you can separate it. This is your sector, and that notch right there, if you line it up with that notch, you're gonna be in neutral. So this is park, that's reverse, that's neutral. And you can put a little pin in there if you want to, but it lines right up. When you get it lined up like that, you know you're in neutral. We just took the water loose from the cabin. It's draining. Get ready to take the fuel liner loose. We're gonna start from this side and go over. I'm gonna take loose this motor mount and actually remove it from the firewall, give you a little more room. Then we're gonna come to the two front, well, the front and then the rear. At this point, we'll have the shop crane in, and we'll kind of be lifting the motor, putting pressure on it, and getting it off the car. And we're gonna take the bolt out for this mount, and I'm gonna remove this entire mount out just to give us more room when we're trying to come out. The automatic, of course, you know, is a little bit larger than the 5-speed manual. The automatic and the 6-speed is about the same size. Just gonna let you know, we are not going back in with this same transmission. We actually found a 5-speed, and we're doing a manual swap. And so that's gonna be for sale. That transmission works really good. It ships well. I'm gonna sell it, and I'm actually have a service kit to go along with it when I put it up for sale. So kind of be a little lookout for that if you need a nice F4A33 automatic 4-speed. There's a nice healthy one right there for you. All right, guys, excuse the wind noise once again. Okay, we got the fuel and the water on hook. Nothing's keeping this motor in the car right now except for the mounts. But first, we're gonna go ahead and take the hood off. It's not that hard. You can do it by yourself. Get your prop rod mounted right in the middle. Take your cylinders off. Then you take your hood hinges off. Take the bottom off, bolts off first. And then as you rest the hood against yourself, one side at a time, you can take the top bolt on the hinge off, and then pretty much the hood will kind of rest, it'll slide down, and you can just kind of grab it, manhandle it, and take it off. Like I said, it's not that bad. You can do it by yourself. All the bolts for the hood hinges are 12 mil, and the strut bolt that goes into the hood is 12 mil also. Get an open end wrench to get that off. All right. I want that Victory hood for the first gen cars, but having a hard time trying to find it. If you're watching this, if you know anybody that has one, reach out. Maybe we can work something out. And if I can't find the Victory hood, I'm probably gonna end up doing the D-Max hood vent and just cut this hood up, which, I mean, I've got two of these hoods. I got the green one and I got this one. So if I screw up on one, I got another one I can chop up. But all right, guys, get ready to keep cranking away, get this motor out. All right, we got the front and the rear engine mount bolts out. They're 14 mil. These are fine thread bolts, so kind of one of a kind. If you lose them, you're screwed. Well, you gotta get them from Mitsubishi. As you can see, the motor's resting on the transmission mount and the driver's side mount. So we're getting ready to get the lift in position, go ahead and hoist it up. We're gonna jack it, take some strain off the mounts so we can get finished unbolting them. All right, this is what you're going to be looking at when you're getting ready to start coming out with your engine on a car like this. Low leveler is a lifesaver. I use 7/16 hardware. Double up on your washers, front and back. Split your chain on your pickup points. And we're gonna get ready and put some tension on the motor, jack up a little bit, get some of the weight off this mount, and then we're gonna get the weight off the driver's side mount, and then let's start wiggling this thing up. All right, the two outside bolts on this anti-rotational mount on this side are 14 millimeter. That's where these came from. The back bolt is 17 mil, and we got that slid out. And the whole thing about using the engine shop crane is to take pressure off this so you can get this bolt out. But like I said, we're still gonna remove these bolts and take the whole mount off. All right, transmission mount, got it loose and it's pushed through. I'm gonna get this one off first. The motor's gonna kind of tilt back, then we're gonna drop that one out. Okay guys, all your mounts are loose. If you need a little help on this side, get your jack and jack up the transmission side to help get that pulled out of that trans mount. And this is your driver's side. Just move the whole bracket out of the way. There it is right there. Okay guys, when you get about this point, you need to stop, check your clearances, make sure you're not pulling any wire, harness, hoses, coolant lines, AC lines, etc. Just kind of give it a once over. Make sure you got plenty of room, because this thing's heavy and it can do a lot of damage if it comes out the wrong way. All right, we're gonna keep on pulling here. I'm gonna go around check on this back side. Remember also too, like I said, give yourself a little more room on the transmission. Just remove all your brackets that hook to the transmission, even the one on the firewall here. Just attach to the frame, remove all those out your way. Okay, so far so good guys, we're gonna keep on pulling. Okay, remember guys, like I always said, give yourself a few pumps, stop, check for clearances. Still looking good. So far so good. Check all the way around. This bad boy's about out. Let's go back on the back side and look. Yep, looks pretty good. Plenty of room, plenty of room. Also, taking the hood off does help a lot. You can do it with the hood on, but just makes it a little easier taking the hood off. Gives a lot more room and area so you can adjust. Plus it lets more light in also when you're trying to move and shuck and jive this thing around. All right, gonna keep on going. There it is, empty. There it is right there. All right guys, if you follow these steps, you can do this. It's not hard. You see I don't have a shop. I'm out here in the middle of nowhere, and you can do this. Don't put constraints on yourself when you say you can't do certain things just because you don't have a shop or whatever. You can do it. This takes a little time, a little know-how. But finally got it out. Gotta get ready and start doing some cleaning up in here. I may go ahead and attack that steering rack also and swap it out while I got the car in this state. A lot of cleaning, painting. We've got to do master cylinder for the 5-speed manual. We gotta do some drilling in that corner. I'm gonna drop that master cylinder down for the brakes and get that plumbed in. Yeah, that's it guys, that's all I got for you today. Just wanted to show you a few tips and tricks when you try to pull a motor out one of these cars. It's not that bad. If you got one of these, you're gonna be doing the work on it yourself anyway. I can count on my hand the people that will work on these cars, and they are spread out all over the world, seems like. I guess I'll be in that number too, I guess. But yeah, needs a bath right now. It's kind of oily. But yeah, like I said, this 4-speed automatic will be up for sale if you're interested. Like I said, nothing wrong with it, shifts fine. And I have a gasket and filter kit to go along with it. Gotta get it off and get it cleaned up. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. I've been Magnus. Catch you next one. Peace.